Welcome to the fascinating world of Chetumal, a unique border town nestled between Mexico and Belize. Living on the border of two countries can be an incredibly unique experience. The cultures, languages, and ways of life often blend together in unexpected ways, creating a vibrant and dynamic environment. This is especially true for those living on the border between Chetumal, Mexico, and Belize. Located in Central America, this region is home to a diverse population of indigenous Mayans, Europeans, Africans, and people from neighboring Central American countries. The area has a rich history that is reflected in its architecture, food, music, and traditions. The border between Chetumal and Belize runs along the Rio Hondo River, which separates both nations. On one side lies Chetumal with its bustling markets filled with colorful fruits and vegetables, street vendors selling handmade crafts and traditional clothing items. On the other side sits Belize with its laid-back Caribbean vibe where locals sell fresh seafood by the beach, while reggae music fills the air. Despite being geographically close to each other, these two countries have distinct differences that make them stand out from one another. For starters, they have different official languages, Spanish in Chetumal and English in Belize, although many residents are bilingual or even trilingual due to their proximity to each other. The economy also plays a significant role in how people live their lives on either side of the border. While tourism is a major industry in both countries due to their beautiful beaches and ancient ruins such as Tulum or Sunantunik, respectively, agriculture remains an essential source of income for many families in Chetumal, whereas fishing is more prevalent in Belize. But perhaps what makes living on this border truly fascinating is how seamlessly people move back and forth between both countries for work or leisure purposes. Many residents have relatives or friends who live across the river, which allows them to maintain strong ties despite living under different nationalities. Despite the cultural and economic differences, there is a sense of unity and camaraderie among those living on the border. This is evident in the numerous festivals and celebrations that are shared between both nations, showcasing the fusion of traditions and customs. The history of Chetumal dates back to the 16th century when Spanish conquistadors first arrived in the region. The area was originally inhabited by Mayan communities who had established their own complex societies and developed advanced agricultural practices. However, with the arrival of Spanish colonizers came forced labor, diseases, and violence which greatly impacted the indigenous population. In the late 19th century, Chetumal became part of Mexico after it gained independence from Spain. The town's proximity to Belize made it an important trading post for both countries, leading to increased cultural exchange and economic growth. This also meant that people from both sides of the border started settling in Chetumal, bringing with them their own customs and traditions. Today, Chetumal is predominantly Mexican, but has a strong influence from neighboring Belize as well. The blend of Mexican and Belizean cultures in Chetumal is also reflected in its cuisine. Visitors can indulge in a variety of dishes that combine flavors from both countries, such as cochinita pibil, a slow-roasted pork dish from Mexico, and rice and beans, a staple in Belizean cuisine. The history and culture of Chetumal is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of its residents. It is a place where two worlds have merged to create a vibrant community that celebrates diversity and embraces both its past and present. The economic disparities between Mexico and Belize also present challenges for those living on the border. While goods may be cheaper in Mexico, job opportunities tend to be more plentiful in Belize due to its tourism industry. This often leads to residents having to commute back and forth across the border for work, which can be time-consuming and tiring. Moreover, proximity to two countries also opens up opportunities for travel and exploration. Residents have easy access to popular tourist destinations such as Tulum or Playa del Carmen in Mexico or San Pedro in Belize without having to travel far. In terms of healthcare options, living on the border provides residents with choices from both countries. With medical facilities available on both sides of the border, they have access to a wider range of services and treatments. Another significant benefit is the economic advantages of living on the border. Residents can take advantage of lower costs in Mexico for daily necessities such as groceries, gas, and healthcare, while taking advantage of higher-paying job opportunities in Belize. The cost of living in Chetumal, Mexico, and Belize can vary significantly depending on a variety of factors such as location, lifestyle choices, and currency exchange rates. Firstly, it is important to note that Mexico and Belize both have different currencies, Mexican pesos, MXN, and Belizean dollars, BZD respectively. As of 2024, $1 is equivalent to approximately 17 MXN or 2 BZD. This means that goods and services in Mexico may be more affordable for those with US dollars compared to those with Belizean dollars. Housing costs also differ greatly between these two regions. In Chetumal, the average monthly rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center can range from 300 to 400 USD, while a similar apartment in Belize City would cost around 500 to 600 USD. However, if you are willing to live outside of the city center or opt for shared accommodations, housing costs can be significantly lower in both places. Grocery prices also tend to be lower in Chetumal compared to Belize due to its proximity to larger cities such as Cancun and Merida, where goods are cheaper. A pound of chicken breast in Chetumal can cost around 1 USD, while the same amount would cost closer to 3 USD in Belize City. Transportation costs also differ between these two regions. Taxis tend to be more expensive in Belize, with fares starting at 2 to 3 USD for short distances, while public transportation options such as buses are more prevalent and affordable in Chetumal at only around 50 cents USD per ride. Healthcare expenses should also be taken into consideration when comparing the cost of living between these two areas. Healthcare is a critical aspect of life, and understanding the differences in healthcare services and costs between Chetumal, Mexico, and Belize City, Belize, can significantly impact your decision on where to live. Both regions offer a range of healthcare services, but there are notable differences in terms of affordability, quality, and accessibility. While basic medical services are generally affordable on both sides of the border, the availability and quality of these services can vary. In Chetumal, Mexico, you will find a variety of clinics and hospitals that provide essential medical care at reasonable prices. Belize City also offers basic medical services, but the options may be more limited compared to Chetumal. It is essential to consider the proximity of healthcare facilities to your residence, as this can affect your access to timely medical care. More complex procedures and medications can be significantly cheaper in Mexico compared to Belize. In Mexico, the healthcare system is well developed, and many medical professionals are trained to handle complex medical conditions. The cost of medications in Mexico is often lower due to the country's pharmaceutical regulations and the availability of generic drugs. In contrast, Belize may have higher costs for specialized treatments and medications, which can be a crucial factor for individuals with chronic health conditions or those requiring ongoing medical care. The cost of living in Chetumal, Mexico is generally lower compared to Belize due to factors such as currency exchange rates and proximity to larger cities. Chetumal benefits from its location near the border with Belize and its access to goods and services from larger Mexican cities. This proximity can lead to lower prices for everyday items, housing, and utilities. In Belize City, the cost of living can be higher due to the smaller market size and the need to import many goods, which can drive up prices. However, it is important to note that lifestyle choices and location within each region can greatly affect the overall cost of living. For example, living in a more urban area with access to amenities and services may come with higher costs compared to residing in a more rural or suburban setting. Additionally, personal preferences such as dining out, entertainment, and transportation can influence your monthly expenses. It is crucial to evaluate your lifestyle and priorities when considering the cost of living in either Chetumal or Belize City. It is always advisable to do thorough research and budget accordingly before deciding on which side of the border you would like to live on. This includes understanding the cost of housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, and healthcare. Many expats find it helpful to connect with local communities and online forums to gather insights and tips from those who have already made the move. By planning ahead and considering all aspects of the cost of living, you can make an informed decision that aligns with your financial situation and lifestyle preferences. Whether you choose Chetumal, Mexico, or Belize City, Belize, being well prepared will help ensure a smooth transition and a comfortable living experience. The small town of Chetumal, Mexico, is 238 miles from the world-famous vacation spot of Cancun. So, whether it's a weekend or a weekday, getaways to Cancun are both doable and affordable. Being near Cancun also means access to modern amenities and services that may not be readily available in smaller towns like Chetumal. Residents can take advantage of high-quality healthcare facilities, shopping centers with international brands, and diverse dining options offered by larger cities like Cancun. Both sides of the border are considered to be relatively safe, with no major incidents in recent years. And let's not forget about the cultural experiences that come with living so close to such a vibrant city. From music festivals and art exhibitions to traditional markets and cultural events celebrating local customs and traditions, there is always something exciting happening in Cancun that residents of Chetumal can easily partake in.